and welcome. This is episode 38 of the Melody Crochet Podcast, where I come to you from my home in Texas, where I live with my sons and my puppies, and share my over yarn obsessed life with you guys. Today is going to be a very different episode. I'm going to show you what a lot of people through DM asked me about after last episode. In addition to all of the sweet well wishes about the puppy and the situation, thank you so much. You guys are so awesome. A lot of people were like, you bleached your yarn stuff? What happened? Okay, so we're going to go through all the itty bitty things. I'll tell you what kind of yarn it is. I'll show you what happened, this, that, and the other. And I'm kind of excited to share. I was, as a whole, very, very pleasantly surprised. Although I do have some ends to reweave in. Isn't that weird? The ends came out. How did that happen? But I'll show you what I'm talking about. I will say you aren't going to see the knitted shawls from higher end yarns. I took those, I bunched them together nicely, and I packaged them well, and they are inside the yarn stash in the attic doing their quarantine period. Could you let the dogs out real quick?
Okay.
Video gaming baby. There he is. This is spring break for him. After this, we're going to go out and find some fun because it has been it's been a day. Yesterday it was really bad. We found out the puppy did not make it. Called up, and as I was driving into IKEA, and then we went to IKEA, and while I was there, they informed me that my mother had passed away yesterday. So, wow. So we're coming to grips, coming together as a family, and I have a really strong support system. So it was just a surprise more than anything, but we'll get through. Now, back to the fun. Because yarn comforts me. Now, I did want to share because so many people were interested, and I don't want you guys to have to bleach and put your yarn through the dryer, so you can see for yourself. Now, don't do this if you don't have to. I don't have to tell you that. It says right on the package, don't bleach, don't dry clean, right? And let's just get into it, shall we? This is the shawl. I have the pattern. It's my quick and easy triangle shawl from Lion Brand Heartland. I love this. I have several of them. This is the only one that was here for me to bleach. I've given away more of these than I've kept. But look at the fringe. Even the fringe stayed. I bet I should tighten that though, huh? It picked up friends. After a while, when you're bleaching absolutely everything, you stop being super careful. I know you feel me on that one. It was just like, oh my gosh, let me show you the picture of the laundry before I had to fold. Because I couldn't put it away. Because I had to basically empty out a closet and then bleach that closet. So we had to bring it out, wash everything, clean the closets, bleach out the closets and everything in them that wasn't clothing, and then I could put them back. So it was on my couch. Probably took me about 3 days to fully wash everything we own, with linens included. I think linens was the worst. It was a mountain of linens. We only have 3 beds. What all could happen? I do have a bin of things. Sorry, I'm totally tightening my fringes as we're talking. We should probably share. But there it is. This is how Lion Brand Heartland came out after being bleached and ran through the dryer. In a most not careful manner. Let me see if I can find an end. What's that? Oh, that's a fringe. So I say ends because I'm looking at my pile here and I see ends. So I'm prepared for that. But look at that. If anything, I think it's cleaner and brighter. My whites are whiter, my brights are brighter. I won't say that again, honestly. Now, blanket. This is 6 years old. I know it was before I moved to Texas, so it might be 7 years old. I love this yarn from the first time I got my hands on. I love this yarn. You will notice these right here because the first time I machine washed this blanket, because I told myself it's a blanket, it's gonna have to be machine washed. Even though it's hand stitching, I always say to preserve the integrity of your stitches, hand wash and lay flat to dry. But a blanket, I'm probably throwing that in the washer on the regular, so you're just gonna have to deal or not be around her, Mr. Blanket. So this is made for my son. Nice bright colors. Love it so, so, so much. Almost every project I've ever made is on my Ravelry page, so if you're looking for specifics, it's all going to be on there. Melody Crochet with the number 2 at the end. Each and every one of these, it looks like, I had to retie because as it came out of the washer, I always inspect and make sure that these squares haven't come undone. This was the first one where I did a magic circle in the center of my grannies, and I have said many times that I don't do that for myself. Almost everything on Magic Circle, but for blankets that are going to get lots of weight on them, I chain 4 or 5 and form a circle and work in that, because for me it's been infallible. And we all know when the blanket you made starts opening up in the center of a granny, whatever you did, you'll be like, oh, must have been that. Might not have been that. I have been corrected many times by people who have had nothing but luck with Magic Circle, and somebody said that it is proper form to actually go through with the tail and go through a couple more times. Never have I ever heard of doing that. Does make more sense. That will reinforce it. I mean, how's that going to come out over and over again? So unless the yarn actually breaks, you should be in good shape. So if you like the Magic Circle, just grab that end, pop it on a yarn needle, and go around that circle to reinforce it as many times as you can, or at least 2, in my opinion. I haven't tried it. I just stick with chain 4 or 5 for my granny squares because I was burned, and so I don't do it again. But love this. Bleached, machine washed and dried lots of times before the bleach, and came out beautiful. There is no fading. Acrylic is magic, and I kind of like the way the little ties look. I just have red ties or white threads all over this thing. So cute. Izzy will be happy to get his blanket back, I think.
Ooh, a blanket.
Yeah, a blanket. This is the first item I ever used to make with Red Heart Unforgettable yarn. And it's just a little chain 5 mesh shawl that I made about 4 or 5 years ago, and I still wear it to pieces. I would make another one, but I wear this one to pieces. Why make another one of something that's still working? I wouldn't have expected Unforgettable because it's that single ply roving feel yarn. I wouldn't have expected it to come out of the bleach in the dryer as well as it did. It's never been in the dryer, but everything went. I was not being choosy at this point. It was in the washer, in the dryer. If you didn't survive that, you didn't survive. This was a dog eat dog world in that laundry pile. But yeah, my little scalloped edges. Oh my gosh. I wish I remember where I got this pattern. 99% certain it would have come from somebody who made it on YouTube. Because at that point, right after I moved to Texas, I don't think I was that deep into actually using patterns. I'm okay with that. But isn't that pretty? I love the way it works with that open mesh because the color repeats are longer this way instead of just doing double crochet where it goes through the color repeats really fast. Reminds me of like stone, layered stone. It's so pretty. And it's so warm. And it smooshes up into absolutely nothing. I wear it under a coat almost every time I put a coat on because I love these colors. So this is, oh my goodness, Linty. You need help. Okay, so Karen, Simply Soft, picks up lint in the dryer. Don't dry it with towels probably. This is my snood. I should take the one I'm wearing off. But this is a snood from my pattern. I believe it's on the website. Let me know if you want me to make a snood. It is summertime. I guess it's snood time. One of my snoods from forever ago in Simply Soft. Normal top. Sometimes I'll do a shape in solids on top and then bring it down in the mesh. But these are great in the summer. You can even get a thread of yarn and lace it in between maybe 6 inches or so. That way you can cinch it underneath your hair and it stays on even better. Holds your hair in there just that much better. But I love putting my hair up in a snood in the summertime and getting it off my neck. So that is Simply Soft after being bleached and dried. It's slinkier for sure, and that's saying something with Caron Simply Soft. It comes out slinky, right? But yeah, this is even drapier now, which is awesome. I'll have to make myself something out of that. Maybe a sweater. That'd be nice for spring, right? Maybe like a rainbow sweater. Speak of the devil. It's another purple hat. Also picking up all the towel. This would definitely be some Lion Brand's Vanna's Choice. Wow. I don't think it picked up enough lint, but it came through the bleach and the dryer pretty well. It's fuzzier. It has definitely got a bit of a halo going on now. Nice and soft. Completely has its shape still though. I'm very pleased. Oh gracious, you poor thing. You've got all this stuff. Also, Lion Brand. Oh no. I machine washed a pom-pom. I might have to replace that pom-pom. And I'm not hating on having to do that. We might just feel it's brute strength. Yeah, this is my Firefly hat. Did you guys watch Firefly? I'm a big Jane fan. This is my Firefly hat that I knitted forever ago when I was very, very bad at knitting. It came out okay, if not massive. And again, the Lion Brand's looking a little halo-y, a little fluffier than it was, but not too shabby. I am not complaining because I bleached it. It says right on the back, don't do that. I hope everybody realizes it says on the back not to do what I did. But if it's between throw it in the trash or bleach it to get rid of anything gross that might make a puppy sick, we're gonna bleach it. This is the beach bag from Zines and Roger. Hey Zines! Rosina's awesome, but she had a massive beach bag. And I used Caron cakes for mine. There we go. Here it is after a bundle of bleach. My pom-poms are even still okay. These pom-poms are so tightly packed in there, I don't think anything could make these pom-poms come out. It would have had to be a lot more than a dryer. But, oh, look at my threads. They all came out from my weaving. Oh, on both sides. That's forgivable though. I can work the ends in again. And the handles, you can tell the yarn is a lot more slack because my chains are a lot tighter. Like you can see how they look kind of almost like they're ruffling. So we definitely lost a lot of body on the Caron cakes. Maybe the other ones too. I just don't have anything else to compare it to quite as closely as having these chains be all tight like that. Not too bad. Caron cakes came through the bleach with flying colors. Speaking of the cakes from the Caron, latte cakes. My sweater. Now, my sweater was a big old drapey mess to begin with, so let's be forgiving about that. But it's definitely a little bit more open weave than it was, but it was pretty open weave already. And I had put that through the machine maybe 2 times, but not bleached it. So this is about 3 washings, 1 bleaching, and 1 drying, because I wouldn't have put it through the dryer aside from that. Still super soft, still has its cute little fluffies in there. I cannot complain. And I'm so happy to have it because I love this. It's going to be great in spring. It makes me so happy. I'll try to insert a picture because I'm probably not doing it justice like this, but it is the big sweater that I made from a new crochet here on YouTube, her Bernadette Sweater. I'm glad you're back. I love this cotton. The blanket, the Jayden Stitches Victorian Sampler crochet along. The integrity of the stitches held up okay. Definitely a little bit slacker, but it was already really, really, really drapey, so that's okay. Still very pretty. We had, whoops, excuse me. We had some of the blue bleeding onto the white. Totally acceptable. I mean, this isn't supposed to be bleached, and it didn't happen when I just hand washed it. So I'd say that's a win for the I love this cotton, just handling day to day as you're supposed to treat it abuse. But this was beyond abusive. So This is not insulting the yarn at all. I will definitely be using a whole lot more. I love this cotton. But there is some strands. Almost everything I weaved in came out on this blanket, I imagine because cotton is just so heavy. You know what I mean? I actually tried to lay this flat to dry and it just was not drying. So I put it in the machine and figured better broken than moldy. It just was not drying for anything. I left it out for a day and it was almost exactly the same. And I couldn't put it outside because we had intermittent storms. So back to my focus here. I had one break. We'll come up, there it is. I tied it with some contrasting thread here. It basically came out on the blue. The blue broke, so it let go of the white and the blue. I'm just gonna take some white or blue, whichever I find first, and thread it through everything that broke, then thread around that, cinch it closed, and then go through it several times. It will not be invisible by any means, but it will be a lot stronger than if I try to make it pretty again. So my goal is to have the blanket, not to make it look like it was never abused, because it was abused. It's a memory. Next is Visor. Red Heart Super Saver. It's basically apocalyptic. After the world ends, we're going to have cockroaches and Red Heart Super Saver yarn, as the saying goes. Held its shape, held its color, can't even tell anything bad happened to it. I will have to make another one for him this year because I don't think this is gonna fit Izzy this year. I made it for him last summer. Maybe I'll get lucky, but I'm thinking he's gonna need another one. I got this pattern from my favorite crochet book. I've told you about it before. I've told you about my visor before when I used it. But it's Afaya Abomu's Get Your Crochet On, Hip Hats, and Cool Caps. My favorite book forever. I think I bought this shortly after I started crocheting in 2009. Izzy would have been about 2. I remember the house we were in. It was our first bought house. So it would have been about 2011, but it was written in 2006. And she has just the best mix of hats in here. She is beautiful. I don't know where she is now, what she's up to. This was her in 2006. And they just have a great mix. I get my visor in here, so my visor pattern. Let's use the little pictures here. But she has her visor, she has regular hats with brims, she has snood type hats that are all open, great for the summer. She has pigtail covers and newsboy caps and bun covers, and it's just a fun book for inspiration. It is so awesome. And they're completely shapeable and comfortable. You work the band around elastic and she shows you exactly how to do that. If you ever need any more information, there's a million YouTube tutorials on it. I will do my basics. Okay, I'll do my basics. Everybody wants me to do my own basics, so I have something to link to from my patterns. When I do show the patterns on video, they like a tutorial that shows the stitches that I'm talking about, because some people want you to go fast and some people want you to go slow. Okay, back to my tragedy. Yeah, my sock head turned out super, pardon my hat hair. Whoa. I did Frida. Root texturizing for volume. It's not good. It's not good under there. And I could see what they're talking about. It looked really good right after I blow dried, but after that it is just crunchy. It's like a texture. My sock head kind of flopped. This is Bohemia Fibers, her 100% wool, not superwash, no nylon in it, fingering weight, and beautiful yarn. It was called Electric Jellyfish, and it's so pretty, and it still is, but between the bleach and the dryer, it just made it really floppy. So it no longer has that pulled in texture from the ribbing, and it's lost a bit of its vibrancy. It's still pretty. I'll still keep it and wear it, but I can definitely see me needing a new sock head hat in the near future. Although this one took me over a year as my first project. That being said, that is my entire bundle of things that I made out of yarn and bleached and put through the dryer. What do you think? Have you ever had to bleach everything that you've made? Have you ever considered what would happen if you bleached or washed anything that you made that shouldn't have been bleached or washed? I was pretty nervous, and I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. It could have been so much worse, so what are you gonna do? If you have any questions or comments, please leave those down below. I would love to hear from you. I hope you have a wonderful day. Down below you'll also see my social media links if you'd like to keep in touch. And if you could like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, I would very much appreciate it. If you have any questions about things that you saw in this video, you can also find those down below as links to Amazon. If you do, it helps me out quite a bit also. And thanks very much for watching. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow.